Subscribe to Chug Chow wherever you get your podcasts or visit chugandchow.com.
And welcome to the Chug Chow podcast. I'm Todd Newton. Chugandchow.com is our website. This is the podcast tailor-made for traveling foodies all across these United States of America. It is based upon my book, Chug Chow, the Tattooed Traveler's 50 Favorite Dive Bars and Food Joints Across America. The book is available on Amazon, and for every copy of the book sold, we are pleased to provide 10 meals for families that are experiencing food insecurity. We appreciate your help with that. We hope you enjoy the book, and we hope you'll subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. That helps us spread the word about these wonderful, character-filled, off-the-beaten-path eateries and drinkeries that I have discovered over the past 3 years and close to 50,000 miles. I'm thrilled to share them with you. And on this episode, we're taking you to the land of the beatnik author extraordinaire Jack Kerouac. Get ready, chuggers and chowers. We're on our way to Lowell, Massachusetts. Lowell, Mass. might wear its history on its sleeve. As I mentioned, home to the famous author Jack Kerouac and the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. But there's another legend quietly making waves in this riverside town. Forget the textbooks and literary tours. The real icon here is the Boott Mill Breakfast Sandwich. And trust me, it's a revelation. Lowell is named after textile pioneer Francis Cabot Lowell, who introduced the power loom in the United States and revolutionized the entire industry by introducing factory-based production. In addition, Alexander Graham Bell proved that telecommunication could work across long distances when, in 1878, he made a long-distance phone call to Lowell from Boston. Lowell is located 30 miles north of Boston and boasts a remarkably diverse food scene. Thanks to its substantial Cambodian-American community, few cities nationwide offer more authentic beef lolak or mikola. The annual Southeast Asian Water Festival transforms the city into a celebration of delectable street food. Fried bananas, sticky rice, and sizzling grilled skewers draw crowds from across the region. Throughout the town, Greek bakeries showcase cultural treasures like flaky baklava. Yet the place that should be on every Lowell itinerary is Arthur's Paradise Diner, an establishment that transcends the typical greasy spoon experience by serving nostalgia alongside its meals. Imagine dining in a repurposed Worcester train car from the 1800s, lovingly transformed by Arthur himself in 1936. Perched along the Merrimack River, Arthur's has nourished locals for generations, its vintage charm and gleaming stainless steel counter remaining as pristine as its reputation. But Arthur and his wife Dorothy weren't just diner owners. They were practically community royalty. Known as the workaholic duo, they thrived on serving the workers of the nearby Boott Mill, where cotton cloth used in the production of towels rolled off the looms until 1954. But the true magic happened one morning when a young mill worker wandered in, famished and needing fuel for the long day ahead. Arthur didn't hesitate. Eggs, home fries, cheese, and sausage hit the grill, all lovingly stuffed into a thick, fluffy roll. One bite in, and history was made. Word spread faster than the Merrimack's currents, and requests for the, quote, same sandwich as yesterday were piling up by the next day. Fast forward to today, and Arthur's Paradise Diner is still holding down the fort under new ownership, a gentleman named Paul. And as I perched on a well-worn red bar stool, gripping the legendary Boott Mill sandwich with both hands, I couldn't help but marvel at its size and flavor. Talking to Paul's son Ross behind the counter, one question kept nagging. Why isn't this towering masterpiece a nationwide sensation? All right, well, maybe two questions. The other being, how was I possibly going to finish it? Ross joins us now on Chug Chow. And, buddy, they say there is no impression stronger than that first impression. And the first thing people notice when they visit Arthur's Paradise Diner for the first time is not the great food. It's the fact that it's in an old train car. Can you tell us how that came to be?
Yeah, absolutely. So our location is directly next to the trolley garage that has been running in Lowell for the last 100 years, longer. And someone put an old 1800 Worcester car there to get repaired on, and they were going to use it to run it in Lowell. And the guy that moved it there it was too much work. So Arthur bought the building, completely gutted it, and turned it into a little breakfast car.
Now, Arthur, whose last name was Dufresne, was known as a guy who put everything he had into this diner. There's not a whole lot out there about him. What do you know about Arthur?
Yeah, so Arthur I think he started the place when he was in his 20s. And him and his wife worked in there for about 70 years together. He had his kids in there. They helped run it, all family business. He was into horse racing originally, and that was like his passion. But the diner was his little, almost like a hobby. The guy had a lot of money growing up, but this was something that he always wanted to do, was have a breakfast place. And that's how he got the money to pay for the building and gut it. And this was like him and his wife's dream, is to have this little diner and work it together.
Your signature sandwich, the diner's signature sandwich, what has always been the headliner on the menu, is the Boott Mill Sandwich. Boott Mill Breakfast Sandwich, spelled B-O-O-T-T Mill, named after the Boott Mill that's just up the hill there. And listen, you can put this up against any breakfast sandwich from New York City, anywhere in Jersey. It beats them all in heft, in taste, in quality. But there's a story behind this sandwich. There's a little bit of history to it. Can you go into that?
Oh, absolutely. So we use a local bakery. It's called Olympos. It's an old Greek bakery. They've been around for almost 80 years. They pick up a fresh roll every single morning. We boil off some home fries, get those cut up on the grill. Then you get a nice fried egg, a couple slices of cheese. Then you can get bacon, you can get ham, sausage, all depending on how hungry you are.
And we're talking about some pretty hungry people. I mean, these are the men and women that worked long hours at the Boott Mill right up the hill there that didn't have a lot of money. This was pretty much designed around their needs.
Yeah, so that's how the sandwich actually got invented. Arthur, he didn't have the Boott Mills on the menu originally, but there were so many mill workers coming in that needed something quick to go that would fill them up. So Arthur just started putting everything on these sandwiches, and he called it the Boott Mill because all the workers working in the Boott Mills.
And you created a couple of those masterpieces for us when we stopped in there. Scrumptious, man. Absolute home run. Is the sandwich of today pretty true to form? Does it resemble the one that Arthur put together originally?
So no, we have the exact same grill that Arthur used. We used the same bakery. The daughter took over from the original owners, so same family. And yeah, we got Arthur kind of was very happy to know that we were going to take it and keep it going and not really change anything. So he gave us all the resources that he used to get all the products, and we pretty much kept everything the way it was. We didn't want to change a staple like that.
No, it definitely ain't broke, so there's no need to tinker with it. You guys are open every day except Sunday, I believe, 7 a.m. to noon. I would imagine a breakfast place that is known throughout all of New England starts rocking and rolling pretty early. Run me through a typical morning for Ross.
That's correct, yeah. So we're open 6 days a week. We get the Sunday off. And I get up around 4:30 every morning. I drive right over to the bakery. I pick up all the fresh rolls. She wraps them up for me and then get the grill fired up. It usually takes about an hour in the morning to get everything situated with the prep work and the cooling down the diner in the summer, especially when it's this hot out. You got to let the ACs go for a good hour. But right away, we get the 7 a.m. We're right on top of Lowell High in Middlesex College. So we got a huge flux of teachers and kids that come in for that first morning rush. That we end up getting the construction guys and the landscapers and the cops.
And keeping in mind that this is an old train car, that you have to have all of that equipment in, what's your seating capacity like in there?
Oh, so we have 3 booths and then a whole bar. So
Okay.
I'd say at least a max of 25.
Okay.
Very small, but a lot of to go, and we're really quick pace in there. You're not going to take 30 minutes to get your meal. We'll get it out quick and hot.
Yeah, I sat at the bar and I met a couple of old boys that look like they've probably spent many a morning at Arthur's Paradise Diner. I bet you have a lot of regulars, Ross, that just add a lot of laughter and heart to the place, right?
Oh God, yeah. We've met a lot of friends through this business, and you meet a lot of different people in a lot of different genres of life. And again, everyone comes in. People that retire and go down to Florida, when they come up here for the holidays, we're their first stop because they've been craving that sandwich.
Well, listen, I can relate to that. I've only had one, but you think about it for days after, and you can't help but compare breakfast sandwiches from other places to the Boott Mill sandwich at Arthur's Paradise Diner. Not many measure up to the size of the sandwich, the quality of the ingredients, and the sense of community, of neighborhood that you enjoy while you're having your sandwich. I'm counting down the days to my next one, man.
Well, hey, Todd, I appreciate everything you're doing, man, and getting our word out a little bit. And yeah, I'll definitely take care of you next time you come in.
Oh, brother, I'm happy to pay for it, man. It is worth every penny. And oh, by the way, Arthur's Paradise Diner is cash only, so keep that in mind. So if you're passing through Lowell, or even if you're in Boston on vacation, it's worth the 30-mile drive to Arthur's Paradise Diner right there on Bridge Street. They'll give you something to talk about and dream about, for sure. Ross, we'll see you soon, my friend. Thanks for your time.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, Todd. Thank you, man.
When you crave a breakfast worth riding home about, skip the chain cafes, the drive-thrus, head straight to Arthur's or a place near you like Arthur's Paradise Diner. Hearty, historical, and hands down unforgettable. That'll wrap up this episode of the Chug and Chow podcast. Thank you for being here, spending a little bit of time with us. Hopefully we got your mouths watering. Do subscribe to the podcast so you never, ever miss an episode or the opportunity to learn about a great establishment like Arthur's Paradise Diner. If you would, write us a little review of what it is you like about the show, favorite destination you learned about here. And don't forget my book, Chug and Chow, the book that started it all, is available on Amazon as well as on chugandchow.com. Packed with great destinations from coast to coast. Perfect companion for your next road trip or weekend getaway. And every copy sold provides 10 meals to families experiencing food insecurity, thanks to our friends at Feeding America. Until you and I meet again, travel safely, keep chugging, keep chowing, and keep creating those culinary memories.
Chug and Chow is produced by the host with the most LLC. All rights reserved.